Hello. Welcome everybody. I'm going to go black for 2 seconds here. Just going to try to pop up the live. Okay, cool. Let me know if you can hear me. Alan, Saxy, Sebastian, Nismo, Angel, or Angel. I don't know how to say it. Greeny. What's up, man? Or woman. I think these are all men. Real men. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully everything's smooth here. Okay, cool. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I want to welcome you guys again. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back to another public live stream. So I'll be hosting these once a week for anybody interested in the ProfitLink community. Just remember there are a few options within our community. There's a free option and there's a paid option. I want to first start you off here. All right. If you haven't already, make sure you follow us on Instagram. Okay. Make sure you give us a follow on Instagram at profitlink.co, and this is where you're going to find all the information you need plus free game every single day, and you can kind of see how we do things within our community. Now, there's free game on here, guys. A lot of philosophical things, a lot of technical things. I show you things on the charts. I show you tactics. This is free, good game to you guys, so at the very least, I encourage you follow for free. And if you want to take it a step further, you can go ahead and click this link here. It'll take you to our Watt page, and this is the main hub for our community. So you have a few options here. If you just want to dabble for now and get a little taste of what we like to do, 1, follow our Instagram. 2, make sure you're showing up to the public live streams every week that are free to you. And 3, join our free portion of our Discord. If you're interested, all you have to do is go to that link, click the preview Discord button, and click get access. Now, this isn't just any regular free Discord. You're going to get more than just a little chat channel. Okay, you're going to get access to free watch lists as well for both stocks and crypto. These watch lists are pretty damn good. They give you a list of the top stocks and crypto we're watching every day, as well as profit targets. Okay, it doesn't get any better than that. On top of that, we also have an in-depth analysis on these watches that we have and the market itself. You can't beat that, guys. It's free game. Come on now. Now, if you want to take it a step further, we get access to much more than that. Daily alerts with stocks, options, crypto, daily live streams, coaching, live trading access, over 2,000 hours of recorded content and educational resources, and essentially 24/7 support. It's all there for you. Okay. If you want to take it a step further, we do have the monthly access option as well as further options as well. So go ahead and check out the preview Discord at the very least if you are interested in joining. So what I'm going to start doing is, again, this is something new that we're trying. I just want to start plugging in some more of the outside community, let you guys get exposure to what we like to do. And every day of the week, except for Fridays and Saturdays, I like to equip the team for the day ahead and the week ahead as well. And what that involves is going through, an in-depth analysis from a technical perspective. So we look at the charts. A common chart we like to look at is SPY. It's a good representation of pretty much most of the stock market. And then we also look at things fundamentally. So there's news that comes up once in a while. There's earnings reports, things that can shake up the stock market. This is so that everybody's ready each and every day. There's no surprises. You know what's coming to you. So you're not in the middle of a trade and you get blindsided. And then on top of that, we also show you what we're trading and we show you how we're trading as well. And I think that's the beauty of this community. We don't just tell you what we're doing. We show you what we're doing. So you one day yourself can be able to find these plays on your own and execute successfully. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. It's been a pretty eventful week from a fundamental perspective. Today we had the inflation report this morning, and it came out at a hot reading of 3.4%. The market was expecting 3.1%. Now, ideally, when you get these reports, you want to land as close to what the market is expecting. If you veer off from that, whether it's to the downside or to the upside from that number, you know, typically there's going to be some kind of adverse reaction. So if we take a look at SPY here, right, this is essentially the stock market. And what's been going on the last couple of weeks is we've been seeing quite a push, right? Ever since really October, end of October, so about Halloween, we've been pushing up nonstop, net overall. Now, as we keep pushing, right, there's going to be critical areas we need to watch on the way up, because as you're in a stock or in anything and you start pushing up, the easiest thing you can do is look immediately to your left and say, hey, you know, what's that next level that's coming towards us, right? There's levels to this. It's like climbing a ladder. It's like walking up a staircase. So one level to our immediate left was that level there. And I'd argue we're testing it as we speak. If not, we rejected it today. Now, let's say we get past this white line. What's the next level up? It's going to be all-time highs. So we're in a significant area right now in the markets. And there's really not much more left beyond the current level we're at. I mean, you got all-time highs and then it's free game, you know. If I zoom out here, right, look at the history of the stock market. We're trading near all-time highs. So it's quite a push we've been seeing since Halloween. And I think we have much more to go. Now, what must go up, you know, things that go up must come down. So there is a possibility that we could see further downside. And that doesn't mean the market's bad. That doesn't mean anything wrong. It's actually pretty healthy, right? Stock market moves in waves. So if we're looking to the downside, you know, the spot I want to watch is going to be right there, because it's the next level to the downside. There's levels to this. Like I said, that puts us at about 466. We can call it 466.43 to be technical, because you want to be precise if you can be. And then, you know, veering towards all-time highs is going to be that 478 about. Or sorry, 480. So we're in pretty interesting territory here. Now, this candle that we have today on the daily chart, this is an interesting candle, because if you look at it, we have this long wick on the bottom side of it. That tells me that buyers came in towards some point in the day, and they came in late and they pushed it up. So this tells me this still has some strength in it. And usually when you see a candle like this, it can imply upside movement, but we won't know until we really clear the high of this candle. So let's take a more surgical look at this. So this is today's trading pretty much, right? This whole area here. And again, like I said, remember that first white line I drew, right? Our immediate level to our left side here. Let me delete this top one here. So the first line we were highlighting is that level there, right? Because there's levels to this, and this is the next key level we need to break past if we want to start moving towards all-time highs. So when we dial it down to the lower time frame, we can see we actually rejected that level today. We rejected it pre-market from the inflation report, and then we rejected it right at market open, and then we sold off immediately. So you can see the power in, you know, looking at the higher time frames first, and then dialing it down. That's, you know, that's the first thing you want to do. It's called a top-down analysis. Okay, we can get more in depth. I can show you in the community on how to do this if you end up joining. But in essence, I don't care what stock you're watching, you want to do a top-down analysis, right? I like to start on the daily chart, and I just funnel it down, right? Because it helps paint the narrative that's ahead. Because what happens is a lot of people, you know, they come to like the 5-minute chart, right, which is a common time frame that people like to trade on. You come to the 5-minute chart, and then you're kind of floating in airspace. You don't really know what's going on outside the lines, and so that will help keep you in check. So SPY today, like I said, remember we had that bottom wick on the daily, right? I said how buyers came in, kind of held up the price today. Well, let's see what that looks like on the lower time frame, right? So here's that wick. Right, and I mentioned how buyers came in and they pushed it up, which shows me that there's underlying strength, which shows me the market is still holding up as of today. When you come into the lower time frame, look what happened. We formed this V shape, right? Started selling off. Buyers came in. And they didn't shoot that high, but buyers came in, and then they ended up reclaiming, right, some of that sell-off that we had today, which is a good sign. That shows me that we found a base, right? Sold off, buyers came in, we found that base, and then they closed the day up here. So we really didn't close that far from where we started. We started up here today, and we closed right here. That's a good sign. So it shows me there's some underlying strength in this thing. It shows me that the market is holding up well thus far with the negative CPI report, because the CPI report did come in a little bit higher than the market wanted. And it shows that there's some underlying strength here, okay? So far, so good on some things there. Now, another thing you can watch is QQQ. This is very similar to SPY. It trades a little different, but these are the two major ones you want to watch. It's going to be SPY and QQQ. SPY represents the S&P 500, which is pretty much the ultimate that represents the stock market. And then you have the QQQ, which represents the NASDAQ 100. So if you guys ever go on any popular stock websites or investing websites, you're always going to hear about these three major, they're called indices, right, or index. Right, it's going to be the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, and the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones, we don't really pay too much attention to. It's kind of its own entity. But as a trader, we definitely want to be paying attention to the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. And how we do that is by watching SPY and QQQ. Now, we don't really have to do the same analysis here on QQQ. It does trade slightly different, but you can see the similarities, right, if I put them across. Right, SPY on the left, QQQ on the right. Very similar, right? You can already see a little bit of a subtle difference here, like with SPY, right? That level that we were watching immediately to our left that we're holding now, you can see we're testing it as we speak. But then if we look at Q, we haven't even gotten there yet. So there's a little bit more wiggle room above us here. And Q pretty much formed the same candle, right? This is implying that, with this long wick here and this small body, this tells me that we had an aggressive sell-off today, and then last-minute buyers came in and said, bet, right? The market wants to hold up based on the action of this candle. Doesn't mean it's going to, but it's prematurely showing us that, okay? So some interesting levels we can watch on the way up on QQQ is going to be that 412.92. Let's call it 413. And then to the downside, we're going to be watching 395. Now, these levels are going to be good to watch for the next couple days, guys. Okay, so keep them in mind. Because tomorrow's Friday, right? It doesn't mean we're gonna get there tomorrow. Who knows? We might pinball around in here a little bit until we break one of these levels, or let's say it's the upside until we break one of these levels. But regardless, there's validity here, and so you want to watch these levels throughout the next couple days. So do yourself a favor, pull up these charts, get used to watching them more, no matter what you trade. No matter what you trade, even if it's penny stocks, right? Start watching these charts. It will help you greatly in your trading, no matter what I'm trading. I don't care what it is. I usually trade these as themselves. Honestly, I'll trade SPY and QQQ. But if I'm trading Tesla, Apple, anything like that, I make damn sure I'm keeping an eye on SPY throughout the day. I'm keeping an eye on QQQ throughout the day, right? These are your bread and butter. At the very least, at least SPY. Have SPY on lock. Always be flipping to this chart whenever you get a chance. If you have an opportunity, watch them side by side. I know some of you guys, you trade mobile, which is totally fine. I trade mobile all the time, and it's good to watch them, however you can. But make sure you're giving them some love. All right. So with that, those are pretty much the key things I'm watching this week. I first want to check in on the room here. I haven't gotten to the chat yet. Just wanted to go through my spiel. Let me see if there's any questions or comments up here. So we got best community and classes, hands down. Alan, what's up, baby? Yeah, I'm just be real with you guys. This isn't no sales pitch shit. All right. I've done this for years, guys. I've paid thousands of dollars. I've been in a bunch of different Discords. I've bought a bunch of courses. I've followed a bunch of YouTubers, man. I've done it all, man. Thousands of hours into this shit, thousands of dollars into this shit. And I pretty much took nuggets of everything I've learned and observed and consolidated it into this community. I think I put a fair price point on it. I think any other community that you try to get into, they're not only going to charge more, but you're going to get less out of it. And I think we found a healthy community that's highly active, right? It's not always me answering the questions. We have members in here answering the questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. You know, I don't want to create that toxic environment for you. You know, I know trading can be overwhelming. I know there's a million different questions. There's a million different approaches. And, you know, what can I do to alleviate that anxiety for you? Because I had the same thing coming into trading. You know, it's a very anxious activity just because it can be overwhelming. But I can tell you now, you don't need to be smart to trade. You know, you don't need any of that shit. You don't need to be a mathematician. This isn't just because it's charts and shit. You don't need all that. What you just need is a good foundation, and you need a good support structure, right? And you need some guidance. And that's what we provide in our community, okay? And on a daily basis. That's the beauty of it. And then on top of that, you know, we have fun too on the side, right? We work hard, play hard. You know, we're shooting the shit on the weekends. We're posting up fucking, you know, we'll be doing like sports betting and shit on the weekends. You know, we'll be sharing our activities. We'll be sharing our purchases from our profits. You know, we've had a few guys in here buy some rollies. We've had a few guys in here buy vehicles. I think a guy the other week just bought a new motorcycle. So, you know, we're business and play, right? It's not, there's structure to it, but we also are humans, right? We like to have fun as well. So I try to encourage a good community, and hopefully, you know, you guys will, you know, find satisfaction in it if you are interested in taking your step further. But at the very least, again, come eat, son. Free Discord, free stock and crypto watch list daily. Come on, man, I'll beat my own ass. It's free. It's free, man. It doesn't hurt. Free price targets. Come on, dog. Where else are you going to get that on a daily basis? That's in depth. Nowhere, man. But yeah, anyways, and there's no such thing as a dumb question. So for example, if you have any of this stream, please let me know. I'll be checking the chats. Armando, your boy Saxon's in the chat, bro. Give him a holler, dog. Armando a goon. Me and Armando be spitting like every day, dude. It's my boy. What you guys think about crypto lately, man? Crypto's cooking, man. I'm telling you. There's not a lot of big crypto people in our community, but if you guys ever want to get into crypto, just let me know, because I'm into crypto. And I can tell you what, man, Bitcoin gives no fucks right now. This thing is pushing, baby. Everybody's like, buy the hype, sell the news. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. That ETF came out, and this thing's almost at 50K already. It love tapped 49,000 today. So Bitcoin is moving. I personally think next year is going to be a huge year for crypto. The Bitcoin halving cycle is in April, and I think it's actually the last halving. I don't really know, but I do know it only happens every couple of years, and every time it happens, every freaking time it happens, shortly thereafter, Bitcoin absolutely surges, man. Right? What happened on the last halving? Sure. Right? What did it go to? 66,000, 67,000? Who knows where this is going to take us? It's just cooking right now. And then you got Ethereum. Right? Can't sleep on Ethereum. This is the boy right here. Ethereum's on just God mode right now. This thing don't even know where it's going. It's at 2,600 right now. It's breaking out of a range. Ethereum's looking good too, baby. There's a handful of coins I'm invested in for the long term, and if you guys ever want to get into crypto, just, you know, shoot me a holler in the Discord. I think there's a lot of opportunity in this space. If you're looking for some like passive income and you can hold through the volatility of crypto, it will pay, man. Crypto is, I don't know. I feel like crypto is one of those things a lot of people miss because they're not talking like me right now, right? They're talking like me when it's too late, when Ethereum's at 8,000, They're like, fuck, man. I remember when KP was on a stream a couple months back and that thing was at 2,600, but I thought it was too expensive then. Now it's at 8,000. Fuck, man, I should have bought it. Yeah, you should have. So, you know, to each their own. But crypto is definitely one of those cycles. It hasn't failed, and I think it's just getting started. You had all the ETF approvals. I mean, there's going to be so much money flooding into crypto. It's going to be ungodly, man. Because you got to think, that ETF approval, guys, that wide span ETF approval across Bitcoin and Ethereum is huge. That's going to, I mean, that's literally letting everyday people into the crypto market now. Before, crypto was complicated. It was, you got to, what app do I download? What the fuck's a wallet? How do I sign up? How do I move my money? Dude, now it's literally part of people's like retirement plans, like 401k plans, like Fidelity, BlackRock, all these companies, dude, Vanguard. I can now just start pooling my money into crypto. I don't have to think about it. I can work with my money managers. I can work with my financial advisors. Like, it's crazy. Like, that is going to unlock the door, man. It is huge. And this is the calm before the storm. Fundamentally, this is going to go up. You know it. It has to. There's going to be money piling into it. How high it's going to go, nobody knows that answer. But, you know, it's only up from here is what I'm trying to tell you. And then you have the culmination of the Bitcoin halving. Come on, dog. And Bitcoin's about maxed out. There's not a lot of Bitcoin left. It's almost done. So it's mooning. All right, I'm going to jump to the chat. Okay, sorry guys. My shit's everywhere on my screen. There we go. Excuse me. How's the meta calls looking? All right, who goes in meta calls? They look good. They look good, right? We got that same. So this candle, what did I just talk through about this candle, right? That's all you need to know, right? It's the same shit, different day. This candle, right? What is it telling us, right? That buyers came in last moment, so it's holding up strength. On top of that, another big thing is it's holding up against that level. So in my opinion, this is really the price resting right now, and it's getting ready for the next move to the upside. That would be my implication. It doesn't mean we can't have one more candle form to the side of it before it makes that move, or it doesn't mean this can't completely fail, but the odds are that this does want to push higher just based on that candle alone. I don't even got to look at nothing else, right? This is prime, right? Look at V shape. I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. What does that tell you? What does a V typically mean, right? A bounce, right? That's a bounce right there. Boom. I mean, it's a hard bounce too. I mean, you got to think that bounce is so big that it completely recovered that entire sell-off that it made today. Like, price started here today, bro, and that bounce was so big that it ended where it started. That tells me it's holding up. Yeah, you have some selling off in the after hours. Fine. That's normal, right? Things move in waves, right? Sometimes you got to stomach the move, but so far it looks really good, technically. It really does. It's a good-looking play. I'm going to pay my parking ticket. Yeah, well, since you live in Cali, that parking ticket is probably like $2,000, right? Sorry, I'm getting some texts. Okay. Short breath. Can you take a look at AMD? Yeah. Yeah, same thing here pretty much. I don't like the body as much, but it looks good. Pullback's nice. Pulled back into this daily fair value gap, so it does look really good. All right. Kind of a shallow retracement, not quite at the 50, but looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Didn't claim as much as I would like it have to. Now, if you are watching AMD, you know your biggest kicker is going to be the sympathies, right? So, NVIDIA. This looks really good. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. Volume-wise, let's see. Good volume. Yeah, so my biggest thing to you, if you guys are ever playing AMD, make sure you're watching NVIDIA too, okay? Because they're yin and yang, so they usually ride together, and that'll be your biggest cue. Yeah, AMD looks good. It looks pretty good. Excuse me. I would like a little bit better of that body, but either way, it's not a big deal. I think NVIDIA looks great. This looks almost like it's cup and handling, to be honest with you. All right. That is ugly. I think it's because I'm zoomed in. Like, see how the line squiggles? Goofy ass line. But yeah, it looks like a cup and handle right now. Yeah, like textbook cup and handle. Looks really good. I didn't catch that cup and handle till like a second ago, so that helps. So yeah, got that confluence. Like I said, buyers came in last minute today, so I'm very interested to see how tomorrow ends up, because that was quite an aggressive bounce, which tells me the market, if I were to speculate, the market's probably digesting the CPI report pretty well. Bitcoin hitting 100K this year. Yeah, I mean, it's not much of a rumor. I mean, it's just common sense, right? I mean, it has a good chance. It's halfway there now. And what, we're 2 weeks into the year? So, it's pretty, the chances are pretty good, right? You got the Bitcoin halving in April. You got all the ETF approvals. The market hasn't even digested the ETF approvals yet, right? It's not like overnight all this money floods in. It takes a couple months. So you have a culmination of that. You have a culmination of the Bitcoin halving in April. And it's already halfway there, and we're not even 2 weeks into the beginning of the year. I think 100K is very realistic. Stocks have been great after learning PA4NQ. I remember applying Silver Bullet to SPX, and I was banking for but I got my schedule changed. Couldn't read the rest. I'm guessing banking for a bit. Nice. Yeah, so I'm optimistic on crypto. I think crypto is gonna be flying this year. I really do. I almost forgot we were in 2024 for a second, but yeah, this year, I think in the next year, like, I don't know, man. It just seems like such a gimme. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Okay, plain and simple. But I think a lot of you guys have enough common sense to know that there's probably more upside on crypto. Doesn't mean we're not going to see downside before that upside. Common sense also says that's probably going to happen, but I think it's only up from here. I really do. I mean, just think about it, man. There's nothing else to talk about. All right, so now you got to ask yourself, no risk, no Rari, man. You got to ask yourself, what do I get into? If you can't time it perfect, there's dollar cost averaging opportunities. That's all I do with crypto, because it's impossible to really time the bottom. It's really difficult to time things perfectly. Like, oh, I got in Solana, at this dollar before it went to that dollar. It's like, bro, whatever, just like usually what I do if crypto's like super fucking bloody one day, I just buy more. That's usually what I do. And then it just, over time, over the weeks and months, it eventually all adds up. But I do like the way crypto's looking. Hopefully we get some people excited about it. I don't know. It's up to y'all. But, I am in there. So if anybody's in crypto, you ain't alone. But, all right. Should have grabbed Solana at 30. Yeah, I've been in Solana since like $28. But you know, I don't know. I'm just patient. Definitely do. Okay, got this internal combo going on. Cool. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, again, do us a favor. Go ahead and check out the Instagram page if you get a second here. We just hit 400 followers today. Bless up. Super excited about that. I do appreciate the support, guys, if you're already in here. It's all we ask, man. Just whenever you see a post, just leave us a like, comment on us. We read all the comments, you know, and if you have a question, leave them in the comments, right? We'll answer to you. We may even make a video out of it. So, you know, we always listen to you guys. This isn't just like a blow by. So leave us that feedback, you know, like our posts and check out our Discord if and when you get an opportunity. And then, of course, leave us a review, baby, if you get a chance as well. But with that, if there's no more questions, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the free weekly public stream. Hopefully you guys found this useful, and hopefully you got a good taste of it, right? If you didn't have any questions this time and you think of them overnight, that's fine. You can just leave them again, you can comment on one of our Instagram posts, or you can answer them in or ask them in the Discord community, okay? What's up, Saxy? But yeah, I do encourage, you know, next stream, make sure you guys get your questions ready. Get your questions ready, baby, because I'll answer them. What's a good solid stock to watch for a beginner trader cause? I would say SPY, man. I really would. You know, SPY is great. I mean, SPY is all you need. I would watch SPY because you're kind of double dipping, man, because SPY is not only one of the best things you can trade, but you're watching the market. You're trading the market. So you're double dipping. You're the best of both worlds. So not only are you staying in tune with how the market is sitting on the day, but you're staying in tune with finding trade opportunities off the market itself instead of having to watch the market plus another stock or whatever. And so SPY just really consolidates the effort for you. And it also can really get you excited about the markets, man. You can get just a good feel for how the markets move, how it reacts off news, how all the other stocks react when SPY is reacting, right? I guarantee you, man, if SPY is like super red one day, I bet like 90% of the stocks you're looking at are going to be red, unless they're all penny stocks. Penny stocks are kind of unique, but I would say SPY, man, easy money. I would say SPY. Now, that's if you're trading more options. If you're trading stocks, it's a little tricky. You know, again, I started when I started trading just stocks straight up, it was penny stocks. But penny stocks are very, I mean, you got to be quick on your feet, man. It's very momentum based versus SPY. It's a lot more tame. Penny stocks are just, they're not for the faint of heart. I mean, they can have like 80% drops happen in a span of a second. It's very volatile, and there's usually like there's a flavor of the day. Fuck, with penny stocks, flavor of the hour, right? So like you're pretty much never trading the same thing when you're trading penny stocks, and that can be a little bit tricky as well, because one thing with stock trading is that you'll find that stocks have, you know, what we call air quotes personalities. And so the more you observe a stock, the more you study a stock, the more you'll note its personality, right? How it moves, how it reacts. Because some stocks move a lot more aggressive than others. Some don't. And so if you had a feel for that and you saw like a setup or something, you'll be like, oh, okay, I don't expect this to happen that hard or this light because I know how SPY moves, you know. Versus like a penny stock, it's like completely fucking random. Like penny stocks are just, they're very momentum based, so it's a little bit different of a game. But I do think SPY is the way to go. Just observe it, and then, you know, SPY is a lot more easier to get into when you want to get into options, because everybody who trades SPY, they're trading options, okay? And I think the barrier to entry with SPY is probably the barrier to entry with options is the easiest with SPY, because SPY is the most liquid options chain that exists pretty much. I mean, I think Tesla technically was, I don't know if it still is, but SPY is one of the most liquid options chains. So that makes it a lot safer to get in and out. That has tighter spreads, if you know what that means. It's a really good overall thing to trade. And you guys will see it in the community. It'll speak for itself. I don't even have to say it. Right? If you guys follow anybody else on social media, if you follow any YouTubers, any of that shit, I guarantee you, probably half of them, at least, are trading SPY. At least, right? And I just think, you might as well start there now, because if people didn't start trading SPY, they eventually end up to it, or it's somewhere in their pathway while becoming a trader. A lot of people just trade SPY, or they're always looking at SPY, whether they trade it or not. It's just the easiest, most common, well-known, liquid, tight spread, ETF there is out there. Excuse me. All right, cool. I can testify the Discord group is the best one I've been in, and I've learned almost everything from these guys. Best investment I ever made. Thanks, Greeny. That's true. I'm not paying him. No, I'm not paying him. I do appreciate that, Greeny, man. Yeah, that's all I aim for, man. Listen, man, I just being honest, guys. If I wanted to make more money, I can make more money doing this, all right? I'm just telling you now. I can make more money mentoring people one-on-one, all this shit. But I'm all about the community, and I think this is the most lucrative way to do it, is to build people up together instead of one by one. And it's more fun as well. And I just truly enjoy it, man. This is just, I think I found my calling in life. Fortunate for me. Not everybody's as fortunate, so I'm very humble about it. But, I just think stocks is my calling, and I love teaching people it. And I truly believe that there's no other vessel in this lifetime, or there's no other opportunity to make just endless amounts of money. I mean, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, you need an internet connection, bro. You can be in Santorini, Greece, on the beach making money off your phone. I mean, it's incredible. You can make money in the sky, jet setter, baby, on the PJ. I mean, that's not cliche. You can literally make money anywhere, and there's no limit. I mean, that's why you see these guys, once they get this shit down, man, they're making $7K a day like it's a joke. They're making 20 bands on the airplane like it's a joke, because it is a joke once you actually master it. It's because you're just pressing some buttons and you're looking at a screen, and all you need is an internet connection. If that doesn't drive you, man, I don't know what does, man, because damn. I mean, fuck all that blue pill shit, bro. If I knew I could make thousands of dollars by pressing some buttons on my cell phone, which I'm staring at my fucking cell phone every day anyways, why don't I learn how to do that? Sounds pretty good to me. So, if you want to take your step further, again, we do offer the WAP community. But at the very least, at least preview the Discord. We'd love to have you in there. And if you want to take a step further, get that monthly access, baby. We do offer discounts once in a while, not on this stream, but stay tuned and eventually you will catch one. With that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Hopefully you found this useful, and we're excited to see you next week. Take care, baby. See you. Gang, gang.